old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
Entering play call screen.
Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will get the first swing of the game. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Just feeds the running back. And he's swallowed up in the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So Georgia's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Hand off from the shotgun. On the move at the 30. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt, to win the SEC is a long road. You know about that, I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year. Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Working the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The Bulldogs trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 2nd and goal for this offense. Back to throw, it's Beck. Takes the easy one to the back. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass is complete, but less than nothing to show for it. They're knocked down behind the line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're getting it to your back in the passing game to the perimeter. You're just hoping you can make a guy miss and use his athleticism and speed, but a way better job tackling that time defensively, now setting up 4th.
It's 4th down, and this offense is going to stay on the field and keep the kicker on the sidelines. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking for a crease, it's Booth. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Mississippi State going up tempo.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch it. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never develops. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He's got great speed. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
You have 15 options, attempt is selected.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when 3-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Number 83,
He gets it away from his own end zone. On the return, it's Lovett. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 5 categories. You have 15 options. RPO red, Y flag is selected.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another time. They get enough rush, and it
Entering
pays
play
off
call,
the sack
coach
at the 20.
suggestions. There are 5
How about this
categories.
defense coming out
You have 15
aggressive on
options.
first down?
Return
They're in the
RPO
red zone. They're like, no,
alert,
no, no. We're going to
selected.
take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Dropping back, it's back. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Entering play
What a
call,
catching
coach
run for 6.
suggestions. There are 5 categories.
Quarterback's
You have
ability to
15
read the field
options.
is
Back
huge.
end
And also the
selected.
anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run
Entering
after the
play
catch
call,
and get in the end
special
zone. That was a
teams.
nice
You
job
have
by the
5
quarterback.
options.
Yeah, it's
Left
critical,
leg is
David.
selected.
Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes weren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely fine.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Trying to get to him. He'll pull it down and run. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
What's a really nice job there on that third down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards. How about the oath? The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Wide receiver shows motion. Looking for a man. It's back. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He'll just keep slinging it. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly. Set catch the football. 2nd down coming. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Etienne. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one. 3rd and goal coming up here. Got his man out of the backfield. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage.
When they try to spin it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They want to throw it. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Georgia. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle and he would have hit that thing.
Options, kickoff left is selected.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Makes the quick grab. And there is nothing going on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making it back.
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Entering base model screen, you have 5 options.
So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the
play
coach
hike,
accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Quick pass, there are 6, standard, shot, play, screen, Hail Mary.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Back to pass, it's Beck. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
You have 15 options, padded empty selected.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Entering play
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. UMass is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sam the Minuteman isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Missouri. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He wants to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back for his own.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Got it! And he was was straining for the
Entering
goal
play
line,
ball,
but the
coach
defense stopped him
suggestions.
short.
There are 5
They'd love to
categories.
make
You
this
have
short
15
field pay off with a
options.
touchdown
Inside
instead
zone
of
is
settling
selected.
for 3, but it is third and he takes it to the house.
Entering play
Touchdown,
ball, coach
Bulldogs!
suggestions. There are 5 categories.
Lining up to tack
You have
one more
15
onto that
options.
lead.
That empty selected.
And it's no
Entering
good. He
play
missed
ball,
the extra
special
point.
teams. You have 5
Quick strike
options.
offense
If
on that
off left is
3-play
selected.
scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought
Entering
down.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Feeling some heat. They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 3 options. Return left is
So
selected.
after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Looking left. Got his man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. He hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Got him downfield, and he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
He'll try to
there
tack
are 5
on one more.
categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category.
Entering play
Quick
call,
strike offense
special
on that
teams.
3-play
You have
scoring
5
drive.
options. Kickoff
And the
left is
final
selected.
41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. And they thought about a return, then
Entering
thought
play
better
call,
of it. They'll
coach
bring it out to the
suggestions.
25.
There are 4 categories.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the season.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. The inside handoff. And the defense is swarming to keep
Entering
him from
play
getting to the
call,
first
coach
down.
suggestions. There are 4 categories.
First half half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 7 options. 5, 4, 2. Return left is selected.
Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense.
Slant is selected.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle, it's Lovett. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Off play action on first down. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Dogs! And the route is on. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
There are 5 categories.
Lining
You
up
have
to add
15
another.
options. That attempt is selected.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
Entering
Quick
play
strike
call,
offense on that
special teams.
three-play
You have
scoring
5
drive.
options.
And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Coach suggestions. There are 4
They've already
categories.
punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Fires to the middle. And that pass picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
They'll try to add
there are
another
5
to their lead.
categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead.
Entering
And
play
let's check in
call,
with Kevin
special
Connors in the
teams.
studio.
You have
Kevin,
5
Dynamite
options.
matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UMass needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there and Amherst behind them, I'm kind of banking on a call.
Entering play call.
They're trailing by just 4 to Missouri. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those runs.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Very little will make a crowd hold the breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop him again on 2nd and goal?
Red option is selected.
Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Georgia! And the beatdown has ensued.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better.
Entering play call. Coach
Getting set for
suggestions.
the point
There are
after.
5 categories. You have 15 options. Attempt is selected.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that
Entering
scoring
play
drive,
call.
just 4
Special
plays.
teams. You have
And they
5
capped it off with a
options.
1-yard punt.
Attempt is selected.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
Coach suggestions.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt.
There are 5 categories.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Entering play
They've
call,
avoided the
shotgun
interception
pass,
all
there are
day, but
6
they were lucky to
categories.
get that
We
one
have
back here
140
late.
for option,
It'll be second down.
NTNFK screen wheel
Couldn't
is
make the
selected.
connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He fires one deep over the middle. Excellent coverage
Entering
and
play
good
call,
use of the hands
play
to knock it
screen
away.
pass, Hail Mary.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. He tries to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 10.
Entering
Touchdown,
play call, coach
Dogs!
suggestions.
And the
There are 5
pummeling has
categories.
started.
We have 15 options.
Lining up to tack one more
Advantage
onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Entering
Quick
play
strike
call,
offense on that
special teams.
replay
We
scoring
have 5
drive.
options.
And the
Upper
final
left is
41
selected.
yards covered by that touchdown strike. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or
Entering
two
play
more
call,
guys, it would have been a big return,
suggestions.
but they'll
There are
mark
4
it at 30.
categories.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. And you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge.
Entering play
Listen, this
call,
offense
coach
can't protect this
suggestions.
quarterback.
There are
They
4
don't do anything
categories.
right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes a move. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th.
Categories. You have 14 options. Red option is
They'll
selected.
start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They move the tight end all over. Looking for space. It's Etienne. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down
Entering
every
play
time,
call,
2nd and
coach
6.
player.
See,
Play
they
type,
need
there
more
are
ones
pass.
like that. It's just
Quick
been
pass,
so
extend,
few and
shot,
far
play
between.
action, pass.
Defensively, they've been in
Screen pass.
position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This
Hail
defense
Mary.
has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. It's back. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Good play
Entering play
downfield
call,
by the
Hail Mary.
DB.
There are 6
Got a big
categories.
lead in
You
the
have 3
4th quarter,
options.
and you
Hail
take
Mary
that
is selected.
shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to
Entering
make sure
play call,
that
coach
if I'm up, I'm going to run the
play
football.
type,
But there's
recent,
definitely a school
play
of
type.
thought, and
Hail
nowadays
Mary.
where
There
I'm
are 6
putting up
categories.
stats, and I'm
You have
keeping
3
the pedal to
options.
the
Hail
floor.
Mary is selected.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it's going to be
Entering
batted
play
down.
call,
They'll turn
coach
it over on
suggestions.
down.
There are 4
The offense
categories.
set for a 1st down play. He's going to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Not one, but 2 sacks on the day, and possibly more to come. Still time left in this football game, and this is a beatdown. You know all passes are coming. This offensive line better do a better job.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Pocket starts to collapse. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You got to give this defense tons of credit. They came in here with an outstanding game plan. They were able to execute. They have not allowed a point, and still in the 4th quarter, they are bringing it, and they get another sack.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll bring it back. It's Lovett. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense.
You have 3 options.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. To the air on 1st down. He put some heat on that one down the middle. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the punishment has been extended. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 5 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. North Carolina is down right now. But that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. They're trailing by 9 to Georgia Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 4 categories.
They come to the line hoping to get some of that yardage back from the 17. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Bringing it back, it's Lovett. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Fires it down the seam. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll take another shot here. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
So I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop?
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack. And
they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
There are 5
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
options. That attempt is selected.
Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point.
Entering play
A 70-yard touchdown drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out! The defense pounced on that, and now they're headed the other way.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job of ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
There are 5 categories. You have 9. Play tight. There are 5 categories. Pass. With pass, there are stand, play action, screen pass, Hail Mary. Screen, play action, shotgun, standard pass.
And now this offense will take the field again. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. First down here for the offense. To throw, it's back. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback with these situations. You drop so many guys back deep, but as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play.
Entering
gets the
play
huge
call,
Hail Mary.
coach suggestions. There are 5 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Finds its rhythm after shanking a couple. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching touchdown. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of the season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Dogs haven't just been hungry, they've been famished. They have just eaten up this offense all day.
Everything they've tried to do hasn't worked. This defense, not only are they well organized, not only are they talented, they're well coached, they listen, they play so hard, they don't give anything.
Categories.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. He wants a big play here late. Oh, picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Entering play call, coach
Lining up to
suggestions.
tack one
There are
more
5
onto that lead.
categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt to select.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 5 options.
About to
Pick
kick
off
it
the
away
left to
after
select.
scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing. The Jimmys and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Seven is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.